Take two tracks, call us in the morning. Welcome to the show. We are the Spin Doctors, the doctors of spin. Now, what kind of doctorate do we have? You may be asking yourself. Is it a PhD? Is it like we're regular, we've got just doctorates in knowing things? No, we have medical degrees in music. I know. That's not something you thought could happen. But when you are prescribing audio medicine to the masses, you need to have a little bit of credence. And I'm not just talking Clearwater Revival. Oh, I'm talking credit. I'm talking knowledge. I'm talking knowing what medicine is good for what ailment. Do you need the antibiotics that are Iron Maiden? Do you need the antivirals that are the Dillinger Escape Plan? Do you need some sort of ivermectin, which is some garbage country band? Or do you need the thing that you really need, which is the show to begin? Now, I can give you one of these things, and that thing is the show. Welcome to the show. This is the Spin Doctors. I'm Rick Storer, joined as always by my co-host, my very favorite boy, the Smasher, the Dasher, Prancer himself. It's Nickelodeon Melodian.
Is that what a reindeer sounds like? I'm not sure. I think that was more horse. I think that was more
What is a reindeer but a Christmas horse? I put that to you right now.
Yeah, actually, that's kind of... Or would it be like a Christmas unicorn? Wait, are unicorns only in Christmas time?
Well, unicorns are only in fantasy time.
Okay, so a reindeer, but okay.
You know what's funny is I honestly didn't think that reindeer were a real thing.
I know, I always have to really, as soon as I said it, I knew saying it, I was like, this is wrong, but, it's just, also, way to, I don't know, get our hopes up for magic, I guess, where it's like, oh, you know, we don't know, Santa Claus, he's not real. There's still a deep, down in my belly, down in my heart, really, that, I do kind of feel like Santa's a real thing. But what's really fucked up is that there are real reindeer to where we're all like, yeah, Santa's fake, elves are fake. And then it's like, wait, there's actually reindeer? Hold on. Maybe we need to double check all of our facts.
Yeah, seriously, what exactly is legend and what is reality?
Also,
do reindeer... Yeah?
No, I was just going to say, before I forget, was it audio medication or audio medicine that you said earlier?
One of those two, definitely.
Great band name or album name. I got really into that. We're going to go check out Audio Medication tonight. Oh, fuck.
I was talking to somebody on Facebook today, and they were talking about how religion is bad, and I said, yeah, Toxic Divinity. And then I was like, oh, that's a cool band.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good, Antichrist band.
Yeah, welcome to the Spin Doctors, where we just pick out band names.
Yeah, this is the whole thing, 2 hours.
This is the entire show. Welcome to it. If you've never seen the show before, or listened to it, I don't know how you watch this podcast. I guess you could put it up on your TV so you just look at the art, the podcast art, and then listen to our voices.
Beautiful artwork.
We are on YouTube, so you could be watching it on YouTube, I guess. I should plug our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com with typing Spin Doctors into the search bar. That's about it.
Yeah. There's no slashes for the YouTube, like youtube.com/ Spin Doctors pod or something. It's always /7 and ampersand ETT 3564 smiley face emoji, hearts in the eyes emoji.
I was just wondering how long you were going to keep that that show slug going for.
I need our guests in here. We're being dumbasses right now.
Let's do it. Yeah. Let's welcome to the show our guest this week. As we do every week, we've got a guest for you. And this week is no different because we got a great guest. We got a very good friend. This is not just some rando that we decided to get on the show to promote some nonsense and talk about music. No. This is a friend, a buddy, a compatriot. Part of our local comedy scene here in good old San Luis Obispo County. This is the one and only Bob Powers. Bob.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Bob. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Just over here playing with my chest hair, being the elder statesman of San Luis comedy.
There it is. There it is. I love it. Hey,
Playing with your chest hair. Now,
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
what sort
in
of
here.
game are you playing? Are you like playing chess?
Oh, I'm playing
Because
the
that
long
seems
game.
pretty on the nose.
No.
Or are you just using it as like pieces to bet in a poker game?
Yeah, like odd or even.
I should actually. That'd be fun. We've just been collecting change from the 7-Eleven to play poker with.
They
You think I'm
just
kidding?
hand out change. You just,
Well, if you stand
that would
out
be
there
a
long
good
enough.
grift. That would be a good grift if you just went to every convenience store and went to the leave a penny, take a penny thing and just took everything out of every take a penny. There's like, got to be like 100 stores.
I mean, that's true, yeah.
Santa Maria, you make a killing. There's a lot of change out
Like,
there.
wait, like, oh, I thought you meant more like a literal sense where in like Santa Maria, there's killing.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. For change, too.
Yeah,
Tough
men's
out there.
lives have been taken for much less than 12 cents.
Easily.
Bob, have you ever believed in Santa Claus?
I think I did. I remember
think you did?
believing. I think I remember.
You did?
I think
I think I was once so young, so naive.
it feels so long ago. No, I remember reading like a children's book about Santa and being like, man, that'd be cool if that was real. And that was my Santa Claus
That's
experience.
how you started. There was no period of like, no, this is real. It was immediate like
Just right,
detachment, like ironic. No, there's no way this could happen.
Well, I just
But
like
it
I
would be
kind of
nice.
knew that the Earth was like a big like sphere, and there's just no fucking way your reindeer would burn up.
Hey, now there's no scientific proof about that.
No, there is proof about the sphere. We're not starting that shit.
There's so much.
Forgot to tell you, this is a flat Earth podcast.
God
that
damn
and
it.
that and the flashpoint of fucking reindeer is actually pretty high before they ignite.
I did believe in Santa Claus. I'm pretty sure because
So you had a childhood. Good.
I had a childhood. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Bob just rolled out of the top of a volcano one day, just like fully formed, just slid down the sides.
Right under a Volkswagen Beetle.
Something's clogging your exhaust pipe here, and then they just pulled Bob out.
His people had finally thrown enough virgins in that Bob popped out.
It took so
We've
many.
appeased the elder gods.
So many virgins to get me out of that goddamn mountain. No, you were talking about band names earlier. I do this thing where I annoy my wife, where if she doesn't like finish her sentence, if it's like a 1 or 2 word phrase, I'm like, oh yeah, I saw that band open up for the Melvins.
Yep.
I'm trying to make up 2, or not make up, but I try to find 2 real band names and 1 fake name, and then I challenge her to find the real one.
Oh.
This is toxic masculinity in action. That's
Absolutely.
what this is right here.
Oh, you tell me.
You're not a real fan.
You don't like the dead milkman.
I have a niece right now. I mean,
Just
for the
right
foreseeable
now?
future.
Okay.
Like in your
Yeah.
possession? Like, is she in a cage or?
Yeah, I found a niece.
Just
New
chilling.
niece just dropped.
Went to the
and-
pawn shop, got me a niece.
She is gonna be 3 soon,
Oh.
and so she's getting to the age where she's gonna like start being aware of like Santa Claus and shit like that.
Don't be a dick, Rick. Don't
I-
don't do it.
Don't do it, Rick.
Don't fucking do it.
Don't.
You're gonna have a bad. I already see what's happening. You're gonna have a
Do you hear
bad
both
day.
of us? We're your actual friends, and we're telling you don't do it.
You're gonna have a bad day and let that sweet angel of a girl know what the fuck is up in the world, and I can't have that. It breaks my heart knowing this.
But if it's for science,
Is it for science? How? How is that for science?
it's an
To see?
experiment I'm doing.
To be like,
Yeah.
oh, let's see how this person turns out in 20 years. I'll check back in when you're, I'm going to cut out on being your uncle. You're no longer my niece. Then I'm going to
Uh-huh.
check back in, niece again, and see how that worked out.
Yeah, you have to let some time for the variable to take effect. The variable in this case being disillusioning my 3-year-old niece.
Right. I was like, so how's things going? She's like, well, I just married Kyle Rittenhouse. I was like, oh, God damn it. We should have had her believe in Christmas and Santa Claus.
That
God
was
damn
all it took. No. Yeah, I think that's people who listen to Ben Shapiro grew up not knowing who Santa
Oh,
Claus was.
dude, I can't. I just can't. Like, Ben Shapiro's like my age and shit. Like, I just can't believe that. Like, I hear him talking and I'm like, what the fuck happened to you? Your wife doesn't get wet? What the fuck?
Who didn't love you enough?
Well, his uncle
Nobody
told him that
did.
Santa Claus wasn't real, and that's what happened.
That's exactly
Maybe that's
what
all
happened.
it took.
That's really all it takes.
Well, we're gonna need a second experiment to confirm the results.
His Joker origin story is happening.
So, I mean, do you have any, like, nieces? We need a control group. We need someone to be nice to them.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Nick, why
sure
don't you
as
just,
hell
like,
don't.
have a kid? We can test that kid.
Come on, Nick.
I've already told you about the experiment I want to have with my own children, which is I have one and I show them Star Wars in the order that they were released, and then I have another child and I show them the Star Wars in numerical order and see what happens.
And see what effect that has on their
Yeah,
lives. Yeah,
I want to
it's
see
gotta
what's
be
going
big.
on. Yeah.
If a child's first experience with Star Wars involves Jar Jar Binks, they're going to be a
They're
different
ruined.
kind of motherfucker.
They become Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah. Misa going to the protest.
Misa gotta do good.
Misa want to be a police officer.
Oh my god.
Misa wasn't legally allowed to have a handgun.
This is all very topical because Rittenhouse is currently on trial.
Yeah.
Actually, this episode is probably going to be the most topical episode that ever releases because it's coming out in 3 days.
Yeah.
Nice,
Happy
really?
Disney Plus Day.
Yeah. So we don't have to worry about dating this episode and being far behind. I remember we recorded one episode like 3 months
Ooh.
before it was released. And we were talking about Christmas in March, and it was just like,
Yep, we
whoops.
messed up that day.
Everyone knows about that one.
Well, at least we're getting ahead of the game now. It's not even Thanksgiving yet.
That's true. Although
true.
there's already Christmas things in stores.
It's
Oh,
bullshit.
of course there is. They were
Like
hiding
Christmas-
behind the Halloween stuff.
Remember when there was that song, The 12 Days of Christmas?
Yeah.
Remember when there were only 12 days? Okay, first of all, that song was written in like 1100 BC. Like that song has been around since the dawn of time. When the fuck is the last time you saw a partridge? Partridges have been extinct for 1,000 years. Like that song was written.
There was one next to my mountain,
Look, I'm not like a partridge scientist,
but
I do know that they're all gone. And so that song was written so long ago that even all that time ago, there were still 12 days of Christmas.
Also, when did it start, the 12 days? When is the actual... What's day one? Is it 12 days and the 12th day is Christmas?
Yeah, or is it like in the middle? Or is
I
it the
don't
very
know.
beginning? Do you celebrate Christmas and then continue to do so for 12 days?
and then like that's almost a 2-week period. Are you just not counting the weekend? Do we might as well just say it's like the 2 weeks of Christmas?
It's 12 work days.
Ah, yes. There it is.
The 12 work days of Christmas.
So Tuesday is Christmas. That's awesome.
And on the 7th day, Santa rested.
Finally.
But what I'm saying is, like, even that long ago, there were still 12 fucking days. Has Christmas ever been one day? Has it ever just been like, oh, now it's Christmas? Or has it always just been, well, Christmas is... It's like when you have to go to work
it's the
late in the
holiday
day.
season.
Yeah. So you're like watching the clock the entire day until it gets to 5 whenever you have to go to work. It's the same thing with Christmas. Like December happened and they're like, well, it's fucking coming. So I guess we'll just sit on the couch and twiddle our thumbs.
It's coming,
Give each other
boys.
partridges and pear trees. And there's a lot of birds in that song.
Well, that's all they had in 1100 BC, apparently.
That's when birds were invented.
What was your muse when you were writing that song? Is like fucking beds.
I like how the 1100 BC person has an English accent like he's from the Beatles.
Well, it's definitely not
Absolutely.
American.
Have you ever seen
that
any
is a good
documentary?
point.
Everyone's British.
That's true. Ancient Rome, everyone's talking with a British accent.
Hey,
But
it
it's
wasn't
always-
built in a day.
It's always like a London, like high British accent. Like you never go, it's 1200 BC and we've got Cockney Romans walking around. Oi, Caesar!
Dude, that would be
Where's me
fucking
China?
hilarious.
British, you bit of a cunt.
I just puffed a chimney. Found a lot of dead hookers. This is Caligula's house.
This is Caligula's house.
Oh my god.
Caligula's house, not a bad band name.
Fuck, dude.
Mm. Actually, that might be a good tour name.
Ooh.
That would be. Caligula was a wild motherfucker too. That'd be a great
That's
way
true.
to go.
I think he appointed a horse to the Senate.
Absolutely. That's
Absolutely.
one thing he did. I remember that one, and then he lined up a bunch of boats across a bay, and then rode him and his army across all those boats and said he walked across water. I believe.
I mean, technically,
I don't know facts.
he did. If that's true, if we're not going to look it up, we don't look up facts on this show.
We
No,
don't do
fuck
that.
But if that is
Rule
true,
one.
then I challenge you to say that he's wrong because that motherfucker walked across the water.
Absolutely.
Maybe he wasn't so crazy after all, much like a god.
Maybe he was Poseidon.
It's kind of funny that so many religions have stuck around for so long, but there's nobody still worshiping the Greek and Roman gods. There's no temples to Jupiter springing
let's
up
start
on
a
Broad
TikTok
Street.
then. Let's get
That is how new religions are formed these days.
Let's get that train going.
All right. I want to be a
so
Dionysus.
on
I'll
board.
immediately call him that.
Okay, well then I'll be Bacchus. I'll be the Roman version. That's fine.
Yes. Everybody gets pairs. There's always
Okay,
pairs.
and then I called the fat pink thingy from Hercules.
That's me. What are you talking about? You can't be me.
Ooh, live action Hercules. You would be a great that guy. Can you do
I'd
a
be
good
Phil.
Bob?
That's
No, I'd be
gotta
Phil.
happen.
I would
You
be the Dane
absolutely be
DeVito
Phil.
role.
You are kind of angry.
Yeah, I'd be yelling. I already have the cloven hooves.
Also, real talk though, you need to put Phil into the Halloween costume list and pull and fucking go with that shit because you got
That
the
would
beard.
be fucking awesome. Straight
That
up.
would be you'd find your Meg real quickly, and I know they don't end up together, but
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a video on Pornhub that says they do.
Say, I could confirm a little bit, I think, yeah. I'm an internet historian.
Yes, an internet historian, a man of culture, one might say.
Absolutely.
Have you seen those TikToks of that guy who just reads memes off of his phone and then laughs?
No.
He has 1.6 million followers or some ridiculous thing like that. And literally all he does is he makes videos where he puts up different memes behind him and he reads them. And then halfway through the punchline, he starts laughing uncontrollably, like he can't get through it. He's like, oh, it's so funny. And it's so fake. And it's so disgusting. And I wish that we could throw that motherfucker into a volcano and get a new Bob Powers.
Yes, because that guy is for sure a virgin.
I would just gain even more power at that point.
Oh, yeah.
The whole point of the volcano is to return my body to it after I've been slain in battle and throw it into it. And then in another 1,000 years, I return to save humanity.
Is that why the world is going to shit right now? Because, Bob, you are building your power to become the savior in another 500 years?
Yeah, about somewhere around there.
It's hard to mark time when it's, in intervals of millennia.
Well, it's hard to care about all these people on the planet. Have you been in traffic lately? Ugh.
Okay, this might be a mental illness speaking, but do you ever look out in traffic, you just sit there and you watch the road and you see countless people driving by, each one of those people ostensibly living a life of their own with wants and needs and loved ones and goals and a past, and you just watch them go by you, never, your Venn diagrams never intersecting, and then you just think to yourself, no, they're not real.
Oh, okay. Nope. Not. I was totally in the car with you until that last sentence.
Really, that's what kicked you out?
Yeah. Into traffic.
Dude, I look out at traffic because I drive a truck for a living lately.
Uh-huh.
And just the amount of people who just don't care anymore while driving out there is just phenomenal.
It's almost like they're just on autopilot, they're just autonomous,
Dude, you would be amazed how many people don't see my 40-foot truck when they're getting on the highway. They get all the way to all of a sudden they look over their shoulder and they're like, "Fuck! What are you doing there?" I'm like, oh well,
Where did you come from, giant thing? So you drive I don't know, I'm not sure what the technical term is. It's a big rig.
you wouldn't be able to call it a big rig. That's a couple steps above what I drive. Technically,
Look, I'm not a truck scientist, okay?
I know. Me neither, bro. Me neither.
We're spin doctors, not truck doctors, okay? Different podcast.
Yeah, I'm working on it. As soon as I get more equipment.
So you drive like a big truck around.
Yeah, really big truck. I think it's like 37 foot in length overall. And I have to deliver to like all the houses that are being built around the area because I deliver HVAC supplies.
Oh, okay. I see.
I'm up at like 5 a.m. a lot, and I'm like,
oh, ew, disgusting. No, ew.
No.
No, but like it was great because like there was one day where like I had to like be at like the the Palm Theater in San Luis Obispo.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
They got a new AC unit, so I was there, and the owner of the place was there, and he's like, "We're thinking about doing stand up here," and I gave him my card, and I'm waiting for a fucking call back, and that wouldn't happen.
Oh shit!
If
nice.
If he didn't know I could wake up at like 5 a.m.
You have cards. Yeah. That's awesome. I didn't know it was 1992.
It is.
I don't know why.
Did you give him your
pager
number?
It's on there. It's on there.
It's on there. Joke's on you. Joke's on you.
I even take 2 quarters onto it in case you find a payphone.
In case he needs to make a phone call. And then there's a separate entry for your fax. Fax is honestly okay. I don't want to get distracted from the absolutely laser focused banter that we've had so far. But
we're
fax
segueing to fax doctors. Fax doctors
this is
right now.
Fax doctors.
Fax doctors.
That's what they sound like, right?
Absolutely. Dead on.
Why didn't that stick around? That seems like super dope.
No, they're still around.
Email was invented.
That too.
Yeah, but you need a physical copy. Sometimes you get an email and then you have to print out a thing from that email, as opposed to just them printing it out. Basically, a fax machine is like a remote printer. Like they just like print your email out for you. They go, "Here you go. You need this. Take this document." And then you go into court or wherever. I don't know where else you use faxes.
Do you think like people
they're all
like
legal documents?
Like the equivalent of like what a dick pic is nowadays? Like was there like fax cax where you just got printed out just like a picture of a dong every now and then? You're like, ah, damn it, fucking Brian got me.
Because it was like a Xerox machine too, right? Like it was like
it was a Xerox.
Xerox.
They would sit on it with their cheeks out. Like there's a million commercials about it.
And but with fax machines, so you could just like send, if you got a random fax number, you could just fax. You could just like, this is like land dropping.
Fax
this is before
cracks.
airdrop was a thing. Yeah, fax the cracks. Oh my god.
Hashtag fax cracks.
Fuck crank.
Dude, we would have been amazing rappers in 1996.
Watch out, Tupac.
I'm currently typing Nebuchadnezzar ship into
No, we're
Google.
not doing. We don't do research. We don't do research.
Okay, basically this is just, I just wanted to restate that I spelled Nebuchadnezzar right, because I'm really proud of that.
Yes.
Like on the first try.
No backspace and nothing. I have full confidence.
Well, the thing is, I had no confidence. It was like when you, like, that's what I expect from Google, is I expect that I can type in absolute fucking rubbish into that search bar. Just a random assortment of letters and numbers. And Google goes, "Did you mean this?" And I go, I absolutely did. I don't even try anymore. Things that I know how to spell correctly, I just go, no,
Nope.
I won't. I refuse to spell it correctly because I want to make Google do the work.
No, wait, no. Oh my god, no, Nebuchadnezzar. I was right, because I think that was one of the ships from the Matrix movie.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fictional hovercraft captained by Morpheus in the Matrix franchise. It's a biblical reference to Nebuchadnezzar II from the book of Daniel.
Oh, Daniel song.
It's funny that certain names, like Daniel's still a name. Like people still are named Daniel all the time. Nobody's named Nebuchadnezzar anymore.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Okay, well.
I'm sure there's some kid in Brooklyn named.
Yeah, but it's spelled with like $3 signs.
Yo,
and, like,
Neb! What's
there's
up,
an
man?
emojis.
Well, Nick still needs his control group kid that sees the Star Wars films in the right order.
Yeah, that's true. And what a better name than Nebuchadnezzar? Because you can't call him Slave 1 after Boba's ship anymore.
Fuck no. Disney stole that shit. They will revoke your name.
they'll
send
Gina
you a
Carano
cease and
your
desist.
ass.
No, didn't they? No, they sent. This is unconfirmed, obviously, with all my stories. But like, didn't they send like a cease and desist to like a dead kid who had like Spider-Man on his gravestone? And since they own Marvel now, they're like, no, you can't use that image on a gravestone.
I can't
They
confirm
just
that, but
send
that
out
sounds
a
so
guy.
Disney.
They just send out a guy with a fucking like a belt sander, and he's just like standing next to this child's gravestone, sanding the Spider-Man logo off in front of his crying family.
And it's not even like a battery powered one. He has to bring like a gas generator with it, like plugging into that.
There's another.
Can you at least wait for the funeral to be over with?
Yeah, there's another funeral going on.
This is called a cease and desist, not a cease and wait.
They're still filling in the hole with dirt, and he's just...
He just comes by and just slaps the gravestone into the grave. Try again. Don't let Walt send me out here again. You won't like it.
He's still alive.
You know that Pixar eye that the lamp crushes? That's gonna be you, motherfucker. I'm gonna crush you with a lamp. As far as ways to be killed, I think being killed with a lamp is among the worst.
Oh, absolutely.
Unless, I don't know.
Almost depends on the lamp. I kind of agree with Nick.
Yeah.
All right, well, now this is what we're talking about. If you were gonna get killed with a lamp, what kind of lamp would you want it to be?
Banker's lamp, the solid gold ones from the movies. Like
that was immediate.
Libraries.
That was immediate. You've thought about this.
Absolutely.
That was so quick. You had like an exact type in mind. Like not only like a genre of lamp, you're like this specific lamp.
Mm-hmm.
It was like you had a name for it. You're like, this is Ted the lamp, and that's the one I want to die from.
I want to die by Ted's base. Don't hit me with a bulb. That's expensive. They don't make those anymore.
Yeah. What about you, Nick? What's your preferred death lamp?
Also sick band name.
Damn it, you beat me. Death Lamp is fucking dope.
Death Lamp is a good name.
I mean,
Take your
I
time.
don't know. I feel like, I would be into like kind of like that Pixar lamp, but like if it was like almost kind of like a mob movie, like De Niro like kicks me in the
Beats
stomach.
you to death with a clip-on desk lamp.
Exactly, and just like nothing else is around, and just like grabs it and just like very Goodfellas-esque, and just like right in the face, just multiple times.
Whose bed would he leave your head in? Like if somebody was gonna wake up with your head in their bed like that horse, who would it be, do you think? Probably me.
Okay, First of all, I needed to correct you. That was in Godfather 1, and Robert De Niro was not in Godfather 1, so go fuck yourself. Second of all,
that's been Spin Doctors, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for listening to the show.
All right, guys.
I'm going to have to go Tesla coil. I'm going to say I would want to be beaten to death with a Tesla coil, because I think it would be cool for it to just shatter on your head, and then you get electrocuted.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Think about that.
And then maybe you turn into Frankenstein. I don't know.
I don't know, you might get superpowers, you might become Static Shock.
They're making a Static Shock movie.
Are they?
I saw that.
Either that or it's a series, I'm not sure.
Michael B. Jordan as Static, or else I don't want to see it.
He wouldn't be the first actor to go Marvel and DC.
Aren't they all going to do it? Like,
Static
they all
Shock
need money.
is DC.
Yeah, Static Shock is a DC property.
Damn.
Yeah, because it was also like they looped that in with like Batman Beyond and when they were doing the DC animated. I love
Batman Beyond would be a dope real life or live action movie.
It would be.
It really would.
They just reintroduced him in the comic books. I've been reading the comic books for too long.
Oh, really? I
haven't,
man.
Yeah, I kind of got back into comic books after being like slightly interested. Like I picked up right when the new 52 started. I got about 12 issues into all the titles they had, and I was like, this is fucking garbage.
It's so hard to keep up with comic books. Like, when I first got into comics, I was like, oh, cool, there's just like this series that I like, and I would get an issue or two of it. And then it was a Marvel series, and so it like Marvel always has these big events that involve all these different things. This was was it
Secret
War
Wars.
of the Realms? No, it was War of the Realms.
Okay.
Which is like a newer thing. So the one series that I was collecting like led into this whole giant thing, which was also connected to like 12 other series that were out.
Yep.
And so I then had to like go back and find where that started in that big branching web and then read from the inside of that. And so now I just have been collecting one series, the Immortal Hulk, which just had its 50th issue.
Nice.
Dude, I'm not caught up, but holy shit, if there are any, I know our fans don't listen to the show to hear about comic books, but if there are comic book fans out there, fucking read the Immortal Hulk if you like the Hulk at all, or if you like horror stuff, or if you just like incredible like character development and crazy shit happening. The Immortal Hulk is the Hulk turned into a fucking like macabre thing, and it's not just like the Mark Ruffalo version. That's why I'm always mad, Captain.
Not at all.
Okay, well, we're getting a little deep here. Nick has completely fallen asleep. So let's go ahead and take the first break of the episode. And when we come back, we're going to figure out what album you've brought. Remember, this show's about music. We'll be right back on the Spin Doctors. Welcome back to the show. I hope you had a good break. I hope it was nice. I hope you hydrated. Maybe you did some sort of calisthenics to get your heart rate to what it's supposed to be. I don't know. I don't exercise very much. But I hope you took every opportunity of that break to enjoy life, because it's time to talk about some music. Music time, baby. As we do every week on the show, we have a guest with an album, and this is an album that is near and dear to their heart, that has lots of memories and stories and dreams and aspirations and
ass
scabs,
all those fun things surrounding it. And this is no exception, baby. That's you, listener. You're my baby. Not like in a romantic way, as in I want to take care of you and give you the baby Tylenol.
I think calling someone baby before you, like, as you're, like, threatening them, I think that's a good little, it just hit me, like, that's a good twist. It's like, baby, I will take you outside and I will fuck you up.
Baby, you don't even know.
I feel like I've heard that before.
The album this week is brought to us by the one and only Bob Powers. Bob, what album are we talking this week?
We're talking about Black Sabbath. Second release from 1972, Paranoid.
Ooh.
Yes.
Bangers only.
Very excited.
Okay, I love it. This is like we have very few like super legit classic albums that are like on top 50 albums of all time list, you know, things that, you know, just got, the only one that really comes to mind is Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, I think that's the only like real mainstream hit album that we've had.
Yeah, there's a word I'm looking for, mainstream. Because every album's been very cool in its own way, but like you just don't get like we don't have many like where it's like, I've heard of that, you've heard of this band, you know this album, you know there's these great songs on this album. Yeah, I'm stoked. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
You didn't go as hardcore as I was expecting, which I'm a fan of, Bob. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, when I was talking to Nick about this, and after we had booked Bob for the show, he's like, all right, I can't wait for some hardcore metal. And I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be that or like some like classic rock. Like, we didn't know exactly what you're going to bring. And you brought a mix of both. You brought classic metal.
Really?
Yeah, I tried to kind of think of like a good album that really had something affecting me like on every track, something I could think of distinctly. And you guys really escaped because I was going to do Headbangers Ball Volume 2 Disc 2. Because that was stuck in my car for a long time.
Oh, it was your car CD. Yeah.
It was in my CD player. CD. I reburned it to a computer, and then when I lost that CD or broke it, I reburned it again, and that was my CD in every car. It had everything I needed on it. But no, Sabbath was also my rock. Sabbath has been there for my whole life.
No pun intended.
Absolutely.
When I first got into performing music in any way, the very first thing that I did was I played drums, and then I couldn't find any bands that needed a drummer or anything. So then me and a couple of friends decided to make a band where I was going to sing. And so the song that we practiced and that I would sing and play all the time was Paranoid.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
And so I would listen to that song so many times in order to like try to get sounding enough like Ozzy Osbourne but not sounding like him to play that song.
The sign of a good cover is like, I like this version. It doesn't sound too much like them, but I like this.
Exactly. You want to give it a little bit of a change.
Mm-hmm.
And every great bar band should have a cover of Black Sabbath in their arsenal.
Absolutely.
Yeah. When I played in TPN, we didn't have a Black Sabbath cover, but we covered Comfortably Numb and Time. And Comfortably Numb we did pretty straightforward, but we did Time in like a fast punk version.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
And so it was like, it sounded nothing like it if you just took it at face value, but then you listen to it a little bit, you're like, oh shit, that's Time. And so like changing it a little bit really, really works well when you're covering a song.
It's a waste of time, if you will, in this case. When the cover is a note for note, just like remake of the song, it is such bullshit.
Yeah,
and like there's no reason to do a cover if you're not at least going to give it a little bit of a taste. You don't need to rework the whole thing in a sense of like making it a whole other thing, but it's like do something that we need from it. Recently, one of the worst covers I've ever heard. That like he kind of like tried to do his own twist on it, but it was like fucking stop it. Was John Mayer doing a cover of Free Fallin', which like he made it like into like an acoustic thing. Like Tom Petty died twice. First in 2017, and the second time when John Mayer did that fucking cover. God, free fallin', free fallin', free fallin'. Shut the fuck up, John. Just play the guitar and shut up.
I have to agree with you. I'm not a fan of John singing.
No, he's a horrible songwriter, but he's a phenomenal guitarist.
Yeah, that motherfucker can play.
Yeah, we cannot deny that, unfortunately.
Yeah, and so when you're adding something or like bringing something new out of a song, it definitely makes it a better cover.
And
anyway.
I'm free. Shut the fuck up.
I've never seen Nick so angry.
Absolutely, this is the most animated I've ever seen. I'm kind of glad we're doing this like via Zoom or whatever.
John Mayer, baby, I'm about to fuck your shit up, baby.
Coming at you live.
Baby boy, I'm about to wreck you.
About to take all the bolts. Anyway.
There's two questions that I generally ask every buddy that we have on the show about the band that they have chosen. Now, when is the first time you heard of Black Sabbath?
I remember my dad playing it in the garage.
Oh my god, that's so fucking perfect.
That's so punk rock.
That's so perfect.
Well, that's where he spent all of his time. He didn't like us.
Like, we liked you enough to show you good music.
It wasn't even that. It's just like I think he was just like me, where he only had one CD, and that's the one he needed.
This is my CD. What are you talking about? This is what I listen to.
That's why I look like a caveman. Have you seen me lately? I need a haircut so bad.
This is the one time I'm glad that we don't have video on the podcast.
For real, dude.
So you do you have any specific memory of like him playing that and you walking out and hearing it, or was it just like something that was on all the time?
I just remember it being kind of like badass because like the song Paranoid was on. I just like heard it in the house and I was like, oh dude, he's got to be doing something cool. And I walked out and he was welding without a mask on. He was just doing what we call safety squints. Where he would just squint his eyes.
Oh my god, that is some of the most Atascadero shit I've ever heard.
And it was just, it was one of the best parts of welding because he was like halfway through it, so it's just spitting a bunch of stuff everywhere. And this is stick welding. There's so many types of welding. So he has
Safety Squint sounds like one of the names they were workshopping for Geek Squad.
Absolutely. And I just remember that being so badass. I was like, I want to be that badass one day.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Had to learn how to weld and listen to Sabbath.
Ooh. I mean, if you're gonna weld, you gotta... I can't think of a better band to listen to than Sabbath.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You're definitely not listening to John fucking Mayer.
No.
No.
It's not allowed in the shop.
It's not. No. There's like a legal thing. Like, it's in the Constitution.
Mm-hmm. The welder will not even turn on if you're not listening to good classic punk rock dark shit.
It's a safety feature.
Yeah, because you can't be happy in doing this kind of stuff. You need to be broken.
Yeah, you have to be
so you can do your job for hours and hours and hours on end.
Just connecting pieces of metal and always lacking a connection yourself.
And they're always wondering why nobody wants to be welders. Why can't we find people for these jobs?
That is what they're all wondering.
Yeah.
Now, the second question I pose to you, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to. Black Sabbath being a band that came out in the 60s. Have you ever seen Black Sabbath live?
I saw The End in Los Angeles.
What the fuck?
See, I had a feeling because they do those random little reunion tours when everybody's still in on it. I like it.
Yeah, it was the final show they're ever going to do. They made the DVD and everything. I was at. It was the last. I mean,
where
like
was this?
It was Los Angeles at the.
What venue?
Fucking Black Sabbath Arena.
No. No, I'd have to fucking look it up, dude. I always just
was it like something like
I just get shuttled everywhere because I'm high.
Yes.
Just like
I don't know, man. I got out of the
I'd
Uber
lose
and I
my
walked
shit.
into the general admission and I fucking watched them.
I was fucking there, bro.
That's incredible.
Dude, that's awesome. So
Yeah.
how much? So here's my thing when it comes to seeing older bands. Did they stick to the hits or were they trying to like push their new album?
I don't think Black Sabbath they had a new album within the last 10 years. They played a couple songs off that, but they really stuck to the classics.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
But also
that's
they
what
have
we came for. I'm
such
sorry,
a deep
but it's
list.
what we came for.
Right, yeah.
I think they played 2 hours, so if there was a song you wanted to hear, they fucking played it, dude. It was fucking badass.
There's some bands that you're like, oh man, I hope that they don't just become like a greatest hits band, just like playing the same. Like the Rolling Stones is now a greatest hits band. Like if you go see Rolling Stones, you're not getting anything fun and new out of Rolling Stones. You're seeing the greatest hits of Rolling Stones.
No, I am counteracting because I just saw the Rolling Stones.
Oh my God,
and this
really?
is what's beautiful.
Oh,
Yes,
what
it was
new
amazing.
song did they play?
They did play one newer song that did bang, so go fuck yourself. But so what's cool about with the Stones is they have such a deep discography where it's like not so much like they're obviously hitting the hits, but like what's really cool is the deep cuts they're hitting. They're hitting a lot of shit off of Exile, so that's kind of like the excitement of going to the Stones. We're like, yeah, we're gonna get Satisfaction. We're gonna get. You can't always get what you want, but it's fun to be like, ooh, are they like they could play like anything off an album, like to the point where it's like I've never even heard this song.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta ask you real quick to go off topic. Did they play Moonlight Mile?
Yes.
Okay. We can move on now.
Wait, hold on. I need to wait. No, hold on. I might have to. I might have to counteract that. Damn it! Now I have to look at the set list. Now I'm second guessing myself. God damn it. I can't confirm. I'm sorry.
I don't know enough about Rolling Stones to even know that's a real song.
They did not. They played Midnight Rambler, and that was dope. Dope.
That's a good one too. Obviously.
Yeah.
Honestly, you both could have said the exact same song right now. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's okay.
I know one album of the Rolling Stones, and that album is
Say
Exile
it.
on Main Street.
Okay, good. Have
Nice.
you listened to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exile's good.
Yeah, I don't like how you said that, but let's stay to the Sabbath.
Yeah, right. Sabbath. So you've seen them live. I was definitely not expecting that. That's why I was like, oh, I probably know the answer to this one. I was so self-assured, and you really knocked me off of my own dick. Which I appreciate. I'm not sure if that's a phrase, but
Are you shitting my dick right now?
Are you shitting my dick? I didn't know Muscle Man was here.
Okay, shut up.
Sorry.
Bab, you give a vibe like you probably like my closest friend to have the ability and the capability. Have you ever been to Ozfest?
No, I actually haven't.
Okay.
Ozfest is always north.
you
I'd
saw
rather go
Sabbath,
south.
It's okay. Oh.
Ozfest is always
Like a
typically
goose.
north of here, like in the Sacramento area, and I just don't. For some reason, the I-5 going north just makes me like fucking suicidal.
Interesting. Wow.
So how many concerts have you seen? Do you think, or is it like you have no way of putting a number on that?
Do local shows count? Do bands
yeah,
that only form for 3 shows count? Like easily 10,000. Like I don't know. I've been to a lot of shows. I try to go to like a good amount of concerts. Like I remember seeing Suicidal Tendencies at the Slow Brew before they moved out, and that was when Thundercat was on the bass actually, Nick. And I got to meet Thundercat.
What the fuck?
You've met the Thundercat?
I've met the Thundercat.
Holy shit! Did he have the crazy 5-string bass? Does he do 5 or 6?
6, I think.
It was 6.
I think he is 6-string.
Yeah, I think he's had his Gibson, which just looks like a really big guitar. I think he's had that for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't remember that much of the concert, to be honest, because I was so young. But
and high.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was not expecting young to be the adjective that you used.
Well, the younger I am, the higher I was, because now I've just kind of been tapering off. I was lucky I ended up in the right place.
There's a lyric for one of your fake bands. I like that.
The younger I am, the higher I get.
So far. But no, God, I saw so many bands at Slow Brew. I remember seeing High on Fire there, meeting Matt Pike in the alleyway. Yeah, man, you got a cigarette? I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I got a cigarette on me. I knew you were going to be out here, you son of a bitch.
I love meeting people in bands that you like. I've met a couple of people that are in bands that I like, but my coolest experience was meeting somebody that was in a band that I didn't know at all. I'm not sure if I've told this story on the show before, but I went to go see a band called Humphreys McGee at the House of Blues in LA a bunch of years ago when there was a House of Blues in LA.
Yeah.
And their opener was a band called Bright Light Social Hour, which I had never heard of before, and I didn't know. I was just there to see Humphreys McGee, and Bright Light Social Hour was there. So I went to the will call, and I got my tickets like super, super early. I'm used to arriving at concerts really, really early. And then we walked around. I was with an ex-girlfriend at the time, and we walked around the building and then down Sunset. And as we were walking down Sunset, there's the back of the House of Blues right there. And we see these 4 guys just hanging out back. Smoking weed out of an apple. Like, I see them bringing an apple up to their face and lighting it, and I'm like, oh, they're smoking weed. That's funny. And we walked like another building down, and I was like, wait a minute. I have a pipe in my pocket right now. And so we turned around and went back, and I was like, I have a pipe. Do you guys want to smoke? And they kind of looked at each other, and they're like, yeah, you know what, sure. And so there was this little wooden fence with a gate in it that said artist entrance only. And so they opened that up and let us come in, and then we just like hung out with these guys and smoked with them. And then they're like, yeah, we're the opening band, and like talked to us for a little while. And they were super, super cool, and we just got to hang out for a while. And then they're like, all right, well, we're going to go in and do sound check. And we're like, sweet, have a good show. We'll see you in there. And we left, and then we ended up coming back super early to get in line. And so we were in the very, very front row at the show. Nice. And so the bass player is like sitting right there playing bass to one of the songs. And he looks down and he sees us and he points down at us. And then mid-song, like leans down and gives us a high five. And then stands back up and keeps playing and nods at us. Yes. And I just look around at everybody else and I'm like, yeah, no, that's my boy. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. We were smoking before the show. We just met.
It was fucking awesome.
Why he's killing that bass right now.
Exactly. I gave him his mojo today. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god.
Do you have a favorite band that you've ever seen live? Or like, I feel like it's hard to top seeing Black Sabbath just on history alone.
True. Yeah.
My favorite live show that I've ever seen, or obviously dude, I mean, I was a part of the show. I was the opening band, but Agent Orange at the Z Club was one of the
you can't just couch. Oh, I was part of the show. What do you mean you were you were in the show?
The greatest comedy show I've ever seen was when I opened it. So
right, yeah, absolutely. No, I was in a band called Nuclear Death Tomorrow.
Amazing band name. We're talking about great band names. Nuclear Death Tomorrow is one of them.
Absolutely. And
I like how immediate it is. It's nuclear death tomorrow, not just like a vague nuclear death that may happen at some point. Nuclear death tomorrow.
Tomorrow. You have today, and then tomorrow it's over.
November 13th, nuclear death.
But seeing Agent Orange and being like a part of the show, they played all of Everything Turns Gray, I think is the name of the album. They played it from beginning to end without stopping.
A lot of colors in this band, huh? Orange, gray.
A lot of colors, yeah. A lot of. I think it was Technicolors, like the old cartoons.
like the Joseph's Dreamcoat.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. But you got to open for this band?
Yeah, I got to open up for Agent Orange, and that was my favorite show I've seen. because the other time I saw them was they were one of the bands at the Warped Tour in Ventura back in the day when they had a Warped Tour there.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite show until I was like, oh my god, I got to play with them, because I was, you know what I mean? Like, you're just like, all of a sudden the standard went up. You're like, now I know these people personally.
Yeah. Hang on a second.
Yeah, okay. Uh-oh.
I think there's cat problems.
My niece just loves me so much, you know?
Absolutely.
It's just, when you're so
Oh my god,
loved-
was this the moment that you told her not that Santa isn't real?
I was about to. I had to get back to the show, though.
She's gonna keep that back in the back pocket as soon as she fucks around again. Santa ain't real, bitch.
Oh, I should hold that against my sister. That's how I'll blackmail her. I'll be like, you better... You better buy me that video game that I want, or I'm going to tell your daughter Santa's not real. It will take away her innocence.
Broke my dab rig, so some truth about to come out.
Oh,
baby,
yeah.
I need to tell you something.
Baby, listen, baby. She's my sister. Why are you calling me baby? No, I'm talking about your baby.
The literal baby, right there.
The literal baby.
More like a toddler.
I forgot what we were talking about. It doesn't matter.
Greatest show. Let's get it going. Yeah, I want.
Oh right, yeah. But nothing compares to Black Sabbath. And I want to listen to some fucking Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
So let's take the second break of the show, and when we come back, we're gonna fucking listen to some fucking Black Sabbath. Are you fuckers ready, baby? Are you babies ready, fuckers? It's gonna be the Spin Doctors when we come back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. It would have been much cleaner, but, you know, can't control the old melodeon. He's going to do what he's going to do.
I'm sorry.
I forgive you, Nick. I didn't mean it.
I don't.
You have to earn Bob's trust back. The album this week is just a good one, and this isn't just me being like, oh, it's a good album, you know, we're having fun playing it and doing all the stuff. I really love this album. This is like, I think probably 2 songs on this album that aren't fucking incredible and are just like pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But overall, goddamn. And actually, you know what's funny is this is the first album that we've talked about twice on the show because it was listed on the Rolling Stone top 50 stoner albums of all time.
Yes.
There was a whole list that Rolling Stone did. It was like, oh, what albums are so great to get stoned to and listen, and
it was released on 420. It was a 420 thing. Yeah,
it was a whole 420 thing. We've got an episode about it. Go back and listen to it. There's 2 parts.
I was just gonna say we don't have a episode. We have episodes.
Yes, multiple episodes.
420 pleasures
where we both got
hour.
Super high the entire time. And talked about 420 music. And this was one of the albums that we talked about.
I wish you would have invited me for that. I would have been so perfect for it.
Honestly,
You're 420 personified, Bob. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh boy.
But it's time. It's time to get into it. There's only 8 tracks on this album. But depending on how this goes, we might not even have another break. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. The first song off of here. So this is to be clear and frank with everyone, this is the remaster that was done in 2012 on this album. It's hard on Spotify to find an original album anywhere. It's all remastered, which is fine. It just means that it's probably slightly better quality.
Yeah. But the weird thing about remasters is that they always add tracks to it. So Okay, so this first song is already fucked up because I know this song as War Pigs. It's just called War Pigs. But on here, it's War Pigs / Luke's Wall. So that was the B-side to War Pigs as a single.
So they're trying to do that kind of thing. Okay. Kind of cool for a remaster in a way. I'll give them that. Yeah. I'll give them a pass on that one.
Yeah,
I don't know who Luke is, but I hope I like his wall. This is track 1 off of Paranoid. This is War Pigs.
Goddamn.
Just immediately. When I was
I understand why parents are pissed already when someone your child's like, I got the new Black Sabbath, and you're like, God damn it, he saved up his own money, he got it, okay, have fun, and you just hear this crank that first note, you're like, God damn it. Goddamn the devil.
Goddamn the devil. I think I've seen that band live.
That is another good name. When I was first getting into my own kind of music, like, I grew up definitely, I knew the music that my parents liked, or that they would give me, or whatever, but when I started getting into music on my own, and found, like, Black Sabbath, this was one of the first songs that I ever saw. I watched the music video.
Oh.
Where it's one of those music videos where they're just like standing in a random room, like at the beginning of music videos when it was just the band playing.
Yeah, just playing the song.
Yeah, and with crazy like hallucinogenic flickerings and colors and shit.
They would do that, and then they had the other ones where there was like a wall, and then there was like a wheel spinning inside that wall that had other shapes inside of it. There was three cutouts in the wall.
Was that Luke's wall?
Probably.
Luke's wall.
Yes, it is.
So many amazing things about this.
It kind of made me like appreciate jazz long term, because like eventually I would go back to Black Sabbath and listen to songs and be like, oh, that's jazzy. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean?
Especially track 3 on here is jazzy as a motherfucker. I wonder if we can find Luke's wall. Let's see if we can find Luke's wall on here. So it looks like Luke's wall is just like the outro solo of War Pigs.
Okay.
That makes sense. Outros are very important in stoner metal.
Yeah, because it's just that last outro guitar solo.
Something that like always connects me to War Pigs is I once saw top 5 band of all time of mine, Arctic Monkeys. And
Nice.
they have a song called Arabella, and like the riff is a little similar. It's got like that little essence of it. But when I saw them during a part where like it usually goes into kind of like a solo, they went into the War Pigs cover.
Oh,
and
wow.
It was dope. Or like you always were like, oh yeah, you know, you guys were obviously listening to Paranoid a lot when you were like writing this album. But to kind of be like, oh, we were listening to Paranoid during this time, and just go into it. Always think about that moment. It was beautiful.
That's
That
so
is
cool.
beautiful. It's hard to write rock and roll without sounding like Tony Iommi. I mean, like the guys that have been playing it long enough literally have scales. Like there's the Iommi scale. There's the
great. No, it's so true, and it's something that I am always jealous of with musicians compared to comedy. Like musicians can just straight up be like, oh, I liked the riff from War Pigs, so I changed it up a bit and we got this song. It's like, oh, that's genius. But like comedy, you can't be like, oh, I listened to the George Carlin's, you know, words you can never say, and I decided to kind of make it my own. It's like, you are a fraud. And
you can never do like cover comedy.
You can never do cover. All right, I'm gonna do an old Jerry Seinfeld bit for you guys. Woo! It's like, okay, what's up with airplane food? Am I right?
I somewhat have a problem with impressions of other comedians that some people do sometimes. I took notes on this album before I came here. I wanted to be prepared for this podcast, and I actually did write down something for this because when I was like 13, 14, this is when I really started like heavily smoking pot.
Yeah.
And like at 13, I had this book that I borrowed from my sister called How to Dye Your Hair Pink. It was about like music and punk rock and like in the Chicago scene at that point.
Okay.
It was, told from a personal perspective. It was pretty weird. It was about like teenage love and shit. It informed a lot of stuff. Anyway. At one point in this book, they talk about smoking weed and how you have to smoke weed to the song War Pigs because it's just such an epic song and it takes fucking like 10 minutes or whatever. So then I was out and about, and then there's this girl that I had a crush on. She's like, we're going to go smoke weed in my abandoned trailer. I was like, fuck, yeah.
As far as places to smoke weed go, abandoned trailer is only behind abandoned school bus in places that are cool.
Only abandoned things. Anywhere abandoned, let's go smoke weed there.
We had an abandoned tree fort that was on the riverbed for a little bit, too. That was cool.
Hell yeah.
That's nice.
But I remember like hanging out with her, smoking weed. It was like fucking dope. And then like having to walk home because I got my flip phone call They're like, you have to come home. And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm so high. Oh, no.
LG chocolate started ringing.
Yeah, it fucking went off, bro.
I had the chocolate. I'm part of it.
Longest walk home ever. I stopped at Chevron, fucked around, got like a bag of chips and a Dr. Pepper.
Yep.
Came home, ate Spam and rice because that's what was for dinner.
I didn't know you were Hawaiian.
Absolutely.
Track 2 is the titular track
Yes.
off of the album. Now, Bob, I have a question for you. We've discussed this several times on the show before. Titular tracks. Now, when a band has an album with the same name as one of the songs on that album, do you think that it is like that song has a responsibility to kind of show the entirety of the album, or do you think that that song was so dope that they decided to name the album after it? Or do you think, like, what are your thoughts on a titular song? Like, should it be the single, or I don't want to influence you. What are your thoughts?
No. I've got solid opinions on this.
Excellent opinions.
Like, in this particular case, I think it was because they heard the song and they're like, dude, that's such a sick riff. Why don't we just call the whole album Paranoid? And they're like, that's a good name. That could have been our band name, you know what I mean? But also, at the same time, if you're gonna do that, it should be like heavy, or it should be enough to carry the, like, because if you're gonna look it up, it's better be good.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're gonna end up being like In a Big Country, the band doing the song In a Big Country off the album In a Big Country, and that's all you're gonna get.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is Paranoid.
Ugh. Fucking riff.
I love the sound of the instruments on this album.
Just when that bass just literally feels like it just steps into it.
And how everything sounds like... It sounds like this album was recorded in one room, you know? Like, everything has like a little bit of echo to it. Like, whereas a lot of stuff nowadays is recorded like... everything is direct in, you know, like it's like this is the guitar recording, this is the bass recording, this is the drum recording, now let's mix all those things together. This feels like it was recorded while they were all playing the song.
A lot of microphones in that room.
Yeah.
A lot of
ashtrays.
A lot of ashtrays in that room.
I've been in studios, like, have you seen, like, my favorite thing about, like, Vegas and just, like, music studios is the giant, like, capable 42 glass ashtray. Like, it's literally like 3 feet in diameter.
Yeah, like the murder weapon ashtray.
And you never see them brand new. By the time you get to them, they look like they have like at least 40 cartons shoved into them.
I honestly don't believe that an ashtray has been made since 1977. I think that they've all been repurposed ever since then. It's all the same ashtray with different cigarettes being put out in it.
They just put different markers on it. Absolutely. Oh, right there.
I know. Tony Iommi's style, you just can't copy it.
No. It was so on his own. I mean, he had to chop off a part of his finger to get it.
I was just gonna say, like,
industrial accident.
Don't got a finger.
You wouldn't even have heavy metal today if he wasn't a little bit accidental or wasn't, you know.
It would sound like shit if he had all 5 fingers.
Yeah.
Like if OSHA had existed when he was there, you wouldn't have heavy metal.
That's great. It's like, it's something so small as that, you know, that determines the course of music history.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Tony Iommi losing that part of his finger was like the assassination of the Archduke Ferdinand that started World War I.
Well, that had to happen for them to write the song War Pigs, because they had to be in the area. Like, I can't remember the name of the area they were in.
Connected.
Europe?
But they were in one of the most bombed out parts of London. You know what I mean? Oh
shit.
That's where they grew up. That's why they were all in industrial areas. That's why you had that job, because they were rebuilding the city still. But I mean, they write this song. It's only 20 years after the end. No, 30 years after the end of World War II. They are the first sons. Their fathers probably fought in World War II.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Wow.
They're boomers.
They are boomers, but they're the coolest boomers.
Absolutely.
They're like self-aware boomers.
I went the right way about that. They probably appreciate that if there are any listening.
Yeah, they know what that means.
Ozzy's listening to this right now, going, "Yeah, I'm a fucking boomer. He's right. I blow everything up." Did you guys watch that show, right?
Absolutely.
That dude, Ozzy Osbourne was so drunk all the time on that show.
There was also
like
some prescription drugs in there. There's no way that was just liquor.
No, but like he was the whole. Everyone was like, "Oh, Ozzy's sick. Ozzy's sick. He has to take his medicine because he's sick." He's like, "It's like, no, he's fucked up, dude. What are you talking? That's not what he sounds like.
He's not sick. You're enabling."
Yeah. Oh, move the fucking dog.
God forbid Ozzy's allowed to move on to the next plane of existence. Lemmy's waiting for him now. Like, come on, Ozzy.
Oh, I know.
Who's dying first, Ozzy or Keith?
Well, Keith Richards made a deal with the devil to stay alive forever.
Yeah, and that devil was Ozzy Osbourne, so
maybe that's the thing. Like, as long as they both live, neither can die.
I think that's exactly what it is.
They're like, what is that thing called? The executive ball toy that's like the 4 balls on lines and they swing into each other like a pendulum. That's like, it's like Ozzy's on one side.
And they never lose energy. It's just always moving.
Just making each other keep going.
And the rest of their band are the balls in between them that just take violent hits every time they need energy.
Yep. And one of those balls is Ozzy snorting that line of ants.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I watched The Dirt.
We all saw The Dirt.
The Dirt. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't like that movie?
I don't know, so it was an okay movie, but like I just have a personal problem with Motley Crue because they fucked off for the concert and Alice Cooper had to save the show.
I don't know this
I was at the fair. You don't remember that?
No, I have no idea what this is.
What is
Motley
this?
Crue was playing at the Paso Robles Fair, but they were supposed to be in town. They were supposed to be there at a certain time by contract. But on their Twitter page or like their Instagram, they were like fucking around like in wine country and they were late and they're like, "Oh, our plane isn't working." And
shit!
And then the fair was like, "That's bullshit. We're gonna revoke your contract if you don't show up by like midnight or whatever." So they show up at 11:55.
Oh.
And they play literally like 8 songs, like not even all of one album or whatever. And they're like, "Go fuck off, good night."
No.
And like Alice Cooper did a lot of playing, but like they kept everybody waiting, so I have a personal problem
fucking
with all
boo.
those guys.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
I agree with you, Bob. I now have a personal problem with Motley Crue. I used to think that I had a problem with them because I hated their music, but
it's
now
not just that.
It's not just that. It's also that they're horrible people.
Yep. Now it's personal.
This time it's personal. Damn, I did not. Shouts out to Alice Cooper for holding it down. And
absolutely, what a showman.
On the other side of that, as much as I shit on country music, Garth Brooks had a show at the Mid-State Fair that he sold out, and so he did another one.
And he got a solid gold belt buckle for it.
Yes. Like, as much as I don't like country music, I gotta give props where props are due.
Yeah, he opened up another night. I was like, yeah, give me that money.
He's like, hell yeah. This is what I'm going to be doing anyway. We are now on track 3 of the album, Planet Caravan. The thing is on the list, it recommended Planet Caravan as being the one that like, oh, this is the stoner thing.
Well done, Rolling Stone. Nice.
Yeah, it is a very stony thing.
Well, it just comes down to the slow guitar and the way they added effects to the vocals. Like, if you just close your eyes and listen while you're stoned, you're like, yeah, this is good.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Thinking about your dad, I can't remember, squinting.
Safety Squints.
Yes. No, his name is Squints McElroy.
Squints McElroy. Safety squinting while listening to the song Welding is like kind of badass, and just thinking of you as a child just like peeking in the garage and just like this is playing just
yeah. He probably had a joint.
Like I want to be my dad when I want to be my dad when I grow up.
This song is so like spacey and
it's peaceful. Like honestly, it reminds me of like like everybody's like partied like well into the night.
Yeah.
If you've like if you've
yeah.
hung out, if you've done enough hanging out, you've been like the last person at a party to like fall asleep, or you're just kind of chilling, and like that could happen at any
This is
type
a good
of party.
late night jam.
Yeah, I would listen to that, and like I would be up and late at night. Like we would be in the riverbed, so it would be like extra quiet, and like you just like just kind of sink into the stillness of the night. Like you can feel the fog around you. And you're like, oh, dude.
Oh yeah. Also, people who like aren't aware of like what a Tascadero is, and like hearing Bob's references of like abandoned tree houses, and we were in the riverbed. It just sounds like you. Are you in Alabama?
Are you guys?
Like, no,
do you guys live in Huckleberry Finn land?
No, we're at
Just-
the one riverbed that flows south to north, just like the River Nile.
People are just envisioning Bob wearing overalls with one of them undone, doing this podcast over a homemade fucking rig to Discord, just a coconut with a radio antenna.
Don't make me wear overalls to the next open mic. I fucking will.
It's so perfect. It's so right. God damn it, that's so fucking funny.
Why is there like a weed sticking out of Bob's teeth too as he's like doing this entire podcast?
Chewing on with a straw hat. Bob, like you're not even like a farmer or anything. You're not even like anything like this, but it just would suit you so well.
It's just like you're painting a picture, and all this is happening with
Definitely.
Paranoid playing in the background.
I kind of am a farmer now. I got a plot at the community garden.
Oh shit, is that true?
Yeah. I just got tired of paying for like onions and garlic because that's pretty much all I eat other than potatoes.
Dude, and those are all great things to grow.
Yeah, especially in the
Exactly,
wintertime.
you
That's
can keep
all I
them
got
in your
right
overall
now.
pockets.
Yeah. So many pockets. Just one big pocket overall. And like I could grab garlic, I could grab onion. Doesn't matter to me. I'll bite into it.
All right, listeners, if you are in need of onions or garlic or potatoes, hit up Bob Powers
like
for
3
your...
months from now, hit me up. I got you.
We are going to go ahead and take the last break of the show. We've been having such a blast. Let's take the last break, and then we'll get into the last 5 songs on
absolutely.
the album. Absolutely. We'll see you soon.
Sabbath-lutely.
Sabbath-lutely. That really rolls off the tongue perfectly.
That's the title of the episode, please.
If we titled episodes after things that were said on the episode, I would 100% do that. Unfortunately, that's not the aesthetic we've chosen, Bob. See you soon when we return on Spin Doctors. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. We had, man, if you only knew what happened in that off time, but you never will, unless you subscribe to the future Patreon that we may make, where we put all unedited episodes. If that's something that you might like, let us know. Tell us, and we'll make it. We'll charge you $1. I don't give a fuck. The smallest amount that I can, and we'll give you whatever you want. Please just tell me you like me. That's all I want.
Engage.
Because I'm just a man that was built and put here to make you happy. I'm just some sort of comedic Iron Man.
Oh.
How powerful.
Oh, so good, so good. I saw a video of someone doing like putting this song to Endgame when like Thanos thinks he has the stones and he doesn't snap, and then like the guitar comes in and like it starts like Robert Downey's doing his whole thing, and like it matched up with this song. Like it's dirty.
Oh yeah.
Another riff. Only killer riffs on this freaking album.
Right. This was at the time when like riff was king.
Riff is king, especially like these guys. Like let's just admit it, they are stoner metal. They made the template. Like you find a riff, you write 3 other variations. That's a song.
Yes.
And how can you not headbang to this song? This song created headbangers.
And like, let's be honest, we've been listening to this song our entire lives. It's been on the radio since we were born.
Yeah.
It never gets old.
It really oh my god, I have to turn this song up when it comes on the radio.
There's literally never been a time that I've heard that and not been like, oh fuck.
Yep.
And then fucking Bill Ward on this track, the drummer for Black Sabbath, like just goes off so many times with these like crazy fills. Oh, it's so awesome. Yeah, fantastic song.
Oh, classic.
And that's why it's such a classic. Like, you know, I'm sure that Hand of Doom and Planet Caravan aren't like played in movies, but Iron Man has been all over the fucking place. Like that is such, it's so
I'm curious, did the comic book or the song come out first?
You know what I mean? Comic book. The comic book came out first.
Okay, and then that's probably what influenced the song. Okay.
Yeah, that was but the original Iron Man wasn't the Iron Man that we know today. Okay. He was like a robot guy, or the Human Torch was a robot. That's what I'm thinking of. The Human Torch.
Yes.
I don't fucking know, man. I've been taking shots this whole episode, you know.
Yes.
Let me just tell you right fucking now that this is an episode that isn't among the most fluid and knowledgeable episoes.
No, not with me involved. I have
it's your fault, Bob. It's totally you.
Yep.
Thank God I can blame you for this.
Yes.
This next track, number 5, this is funny because this is a song that I had never heard Black Sabbath do, but I've seen the band Primus probably 10 times. One of my favorite bands of all time, and they cover this song. And me and an ex-girlfriend, that same ex-girlfriend, we went to see Primus do a Halloween show, and they played two shows on the 31st and 1st, or the 30th and 31st. I'm not sure which one. But the only song that was repeated both nights was their cover of Electric Funeral.
Yeah.
Because it was like so in theme with Halloween.
Absolutely.
And it's a great song, and I want to listen to it, so let's go.
Let's do that.
Into it.
Electric Funeral. Another one of those just, like, immediate riff. You know, Tony Iommi sat in his fucking room with his guitar going like, okay, what is this? Da-da-da. Okay, maybe this sounds good, and came up with, like, every riff.
Yeah. I always love too, like Ozzy just goes with the guitar riff, like the way he sings. He's like, cool, that's just gonna be like the flow of the song and the lyrics.
Ozzy doesn't come up with his own melody. He always goes along to either to the bass or to the guitar is where the melody is.
Yeah, and Ozzy's pick of guitarists over time is impeccable.
Oh yeah, dude. Ozzy always picks the good guitarists. Randy Rhoads, Jake E. Lee. All these guys.
No,
Zakk Wylde.
Zakk Wylde. I think Zakk Wylde's heavy metal might have ruined my life.
Yeah. You big Black Label Society fan?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But how like old and basic does this sound through the lens of knowing music now? Like it sounds so bare bones.
Yeah.
But this was metal at the time.
And it's effective. And, like, think about this. Like, the big thing they would do is, like, on 8-tracks and stuff, you actually pick the speed that the record would go on. There was, like, a standard, there was an up, and then a low. So they would listen to all these albums on low, so...
Oh, so cool. It's one of the less played songs on this album. But I gotta say, it's one of my favorites on the album.
Yeah. It's deep cut. You gotta give it that deep cut.
You know,
yeah, absolutely.
There's actually a modern way to do that. If you find that song on YouTube, they have the playback speed on that. You can just do like minus 0.5, and you're like, you're listening to it like your parents did. Think about that.
I never knew you could do that.
Yeah, I do that. I did that to songs all the time to learn how to play them. I never took a guitar lessons. I would just YouTube it. And not even like guitar YouTube lessons. I would just listen to the song over and over.
Just get it,
over. Oh my god.
Slower, I need to figure out this line.
Speaking of good lines, like let's listen to the next track because this is one of my favorite riffs on the bass guitar of all time.
Ooh, okay.
Fuck yeah. I, as a former bass player, you never really fully recover. I'm still a bass player.
You played Sabbath for me at one of the comedy shows way back in the day.
That's true! Yes! Okay, so I got my start in comedy was because I played bass at an open mic. I played in between the comics, or like, if comics said something, I would play something. And
it was at
when
Molly
I met,
Pitcher.
Yeah, it was at Molly Pitcher, which is now what is it called?
Tent City.
Mm-hmm.
Tent City. I played, I think, NIB.
Yeah, because you asked me what I wanted, and I was like, just some Sabbath, man.
Yeah. If it truly feels like on that day, some ancient entity reached down and gave me the hand of doom.
Yeah.
Geezer Butler.
Giza. See, here comes that little jazzy feel that we were mentioning earlier.
Just hammering the edge of the drum.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
I would say that this song sounds least like Black Sabbath than anything on this album.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till it starts up.
Now you wait your turn.
But like Ozzy's so clear, and then like Bill just like, oh, okay, never mind. I changed my mind.
I told you.
Oh God.
Song's about drug addiction, that's why I like it.
Makes sense.
Something that none of the members from Black Sabbath know anything about.
Not one.
No. It's so groovy.
I can't imagine seeing this live.
I know. Have you seen the song live?
Yeah, they played this at the end. It was fucking badass.
My God.
It was like note for note. It was almost like seeing ZZ Top live, where like everyone expects them to sound perfect, and they do.
Yeah.
Do you want to know something crazy about ZZ Top?
I fucking absolutely do.
ZZ Top started as a Zombies cover band.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know the band The Zombies?
Yeah. I'm somewhat familiar with them. Like, I know the name, and I'm like, yeah, that's a far back. That's a reach back. Wasn't the lead singer for ZZ Top, his name escapes me right now, Billy Gibbons, wasn't he also a roadie guitar tech for Jimi Hendrix? Like, I heard stories about him hanging out with Jimmy.
Ooh.
Oh, it's possible.
I think so. That sounds familiar.
Like, I watched the ZZ Top documentary on Netflix because I'm that much of a redneck, and I was like, I gotta know.
I heard good things about that documentary.
No, give it a watch. It's fucking excellent. I mean, it obviously has one of the best soundtracks ever.
Yeah.
I do have a fact about this song, too, that I wrote down. They reference, there's a point in the song where one of the lyrics is talking about having green skin, and that's why Murdoch from the Gorillaz has green skin.
Oh.
Yeah. Remember how he slowly turns green over time? Because he's been affected by the Hand of Doom.
Wow. No
seriously.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
I'm really
That's
big into
incredible.
I'm really big into all the good bands. When the Gorillaz came out, I was like, "Where are the comic books? The comic books were overseas. You have to find them." You had to download torrents and shit.
Wait, there were Gorillaz comic books?
Yeah, that explained the whole backstory, like how 2D got his black eye because Murdoch drove his car into the music store where 2D was working and hit him with the car, and that's how he got the black eye. Yeah. Like I said, comic books.
Wow, I did not know this.
I'm into weird comic books that only lasted for like 5 issues because I can stomach that.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I never knew that at all.
Look into it, dude. It's fun.
I have to at this point. I mean, if I don't,
you're doing yourself a disservice.
I'm doing myself a disservice. I'm doing nothing but rat salad.
Yeah. You've been mentioning Bill Ward. This is his song. The entire fucking time.
This is one of the bands that I know every member's name of, so I'm very, like, proud of that.
Yeah, we're not gonna have a riff for this song, okay, guys? I'm gonna take the lead. The drums are the riff.
This is my band now.
I'm the captain now.
And I love how Tony Iommi structures the guitar. So in this episode, you won't get the stereo experience. I'm very sorry. I don't know how to make that happen in our particular medium. But when you listen to it on the album or you listen to it on Spotify or whatever, the places that Tony Iommi decides to make his guitar happen just go back and forth, and it is a feast for the senses.
That's what happens when you let the band in the studio. Like, yeah, this is how you use a tape machine. Oh yeah? Oh yeah, I know how to use a tape machine now. Right here.
Ugh.
No, it goes on for a while.
Just let it happen.
Oh, we
Just
have to.
let it go, baby. I played drums, man. I play drums in my car every fucking day.
Seriously, yes. You got that drum set on the steering wheel.
Yep. You got your foot on that pedal.
That's right. I play a cajon at the park.
Oh, dope. I used to have a pair of bongos that I would play all over the place. God damn it. That's so fun.
Surprised it's not a washboard.
You know, I've never actually in real life seen anyone play a washboard.
Okay, so you never lived in Colorado.
And I've been to
No,
Arkansas.
I never.
I've been to Arkansas. I didn't see it either.
Yeah, I've been.
Fake news. They're not real, just like Santa Claus.
I would say that there are perhaps 20 states in the union that I have not been to.
Oh, in the union?
I mean, I haven't been to like Alaska and Hawaii, and then the Northeast. I've been everywhere else.
I'm sorry. I
The
saw,
union.
I just saw
What else
Nick's-
is it?
I saw Nick's forehead go like automatically like magnetized to his fucking hand, just like, oh no. there it is.
Yep, that's it.
Oh,
You know what, guys, boys,
just
babies,
oh boy.
Babies.
we've reached the
Baby.
last track.
Oh, yeah, we have.
I know this episode has flown by.
Yeah, it really has.
It
This
honestly
is an
has.
easy repeat album. Like
Yeah.
it's short and sweet. It's basically the Nick Malitia of albums, where you just want to keep getting it over and over again.
You
It's
just
not
wanna,
quite
you just
mellow
want to
enough.
hug it and pick it up at the same time.
Okay, well, as I do every week, Nick, what do you think of this album? We're one track left.
I mean, come on, it's
I
freaking
know.
Paranoid. Like, there's
It's freaking
not
paranoid.
There's not a skippable song on here, and that's why you gotta love a good 8-song album.
Yeah.
Nick, I got a question for you. Do you listen to albums from like beginning to end? Like, do you like set aside time to do that at all ever?
Yeah, always.
Even you, Rick. Like, I mean, do you do that as well?
Everything in my body wants to say no, but yes, I do.
Yeah, it's an event. It's like watching a movie for the first time. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, okay,
And, like,
cool.
And like, there's some albums that are almost perfect from beginning to end. Like, no album's
Yes.
truly perfect, but there's
Right.
top tier albums. Like, I'd put Appetite for Destruction as a top tier album. Like Pet Sounds.
One of my Pet Sounds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can
The
listen from
lost
that. You can listen to-
episode.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
baby.
can listen to that from beginning to end. It's not a
Pet Sounds
problem.
is the Spin Doctor's lost episode.
This
We
last
did an episode where the album of the week was Pet Sounds because Nick had chosen it.
No
and
way.
It was lost to time because we fucked it up.
Oh no.
And so we had to like redo it. But that original that was the album. It was Pet Sounds, and I had never listened to it before.
Really?
Pet Sounds was the first vinyl I was ever gifted by my mom.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that.
Got one birthday, got a record player, and then opened the next gift, and it was fucking Pet Sounds.
The first vinyl I got 2 vinyls at once from my Aunt Tracy, but they were both the same vinyl. They were the Cheech and Chong album, where they had the
That's
giant
awesome.
paper, and she had one that was still sealed, and she had one that was open. but it was missing the paper, and I had to ask her, like, where's the paper? She's like, you know what happened to that paper.
Look at the Cheech and Chong cover. Now you know.
Smoke that shit to my dough, Bob.
Oh
By
my
myself.
god. Yes, exactly. Track 8. So I know this song as just the second part of this. It is listed as Jack the Stripper / Fairies Wear Boots. I only noticed Fairies Wear Boots. So,
yeah, me too.
Yeah, what the fuck? Let's
Remaster thing.
see what's
And it
going
should just
on.
be Jack the Ripper. I don't know where Jack the Stripper came from. I think that's a
Ozzy, are you saying Ripper or Stripper? Which
look,
just
strippers.
right?
Fucking, I don't know. Just fucking make the song, mate.
Just make it both. Some people, when they buy the album, they get Ripper. Some people, they get Strippers. Like, we'll make it the whole thing.
Yeah, it makes one more valuable than the other. This is Jack the Stripper / Fairies Wear Boots. If you haven't listened, if you're just listening to this album over the podcast, please listen to this song on its own in stereo so you can hear it just sliding back and forth from your headphones.
When you guys listen to music and the guitarist is left-handed, do you honor the guitarist and you air guitar left-handed?
No. Transcribe.
Yeah, me neither. Okay.
You definitely wanted a different answer. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
I did.
Nick.
I thought we were all on board on that. I respect the guitarist.
I know, I don't know how to guitar right-handed. I only know how.
As a self-taught musician, it's just, I don't know.
I'm left-handed,
It would
but I
look
play guitar
disingenuous.
right-handed. Fun fact.
Oh!
It's comfy.
It's
you want all
it's
you
crazy.
want the dominant hand to do all the intricate shit.
No, you want the dominant hand to be holding the rhythm down.
No, you're wrong. Everyone's wrong. So are you,
Everyone's
John
wrong.
Mayer.
All you right-handed guitarists that play your guitars right-handed.
It makes no sense.
This song
What's wrong with
is proof
that?
that you need to be able to use your right hand, because it's all just chugging.
And Ozzy, one of the
Which is-
best singers who can't really technically actually sing.
Absolutely.
The voice of metal. I feel like Ozzy is an artist that has only ever been held back by the limits of the time.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's always had the best studios, and he's always pushed his studio staff. You've talked about it the whole episode. Please, if you're gonna listen to this particular album, get a set, a good vinyl setup, a good speaker setup, or even cheaper, just get a good headphone.
Yeah.
And just listen to how they want you to listen to it, because the
Yeah.
way they move the sound between the speakers is impeccable and incredible. They took hours and hours and hours of work to present that. And
It's
it
perfectly
fucking
mixed.
shows.
It's perfectly mixed.
And Ozzy, I like to think about his peak was Diary of a Madman. That's a studio album for sure. I listen to that and I applaud the studio behind that, because the band laid out everything they could, but the studio took that so much further. It sounds so grandiose and beautiful.
Right, but that's in the 80s, right?
Exactly. So he only got better from there too.
Yeah. So, in the 70s and 60s, he was, ahead of his time.
Absolutely.
Both musically and, in what he could do technologically. The studio could only barely capture what Sabbath was.
Yeah, they could barely capture it. I also like to think he was ahead in his lyric, his subject matter too, where he plainly talked about how war is going on right now, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, beautifully said, Bob. A really great point. Ozzy would appreciate it very much. I know that.
He didn't have to hide
agree.
behind fancy lyrics. He just no, they're gathering the masses. They are black witches.
Yeah, it's perfectly said. It's perfectly stated. Such an incredible album, Bob. I'm so happy and glad to have had you on the show and for you to bring such a great album.
I'm so thankful for being on here. I'm glad I waited this long, because I got to see what other people were bringing. I'm oh no, Mean Dave already brought the Melvins, so that's out.
I think this is a perfect time. I think everything worked out great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love this album. I love you. This was so great. If you would do us the honor of telling our listeners where they can find you, I would just appreciate that so much.
Okay. Lately, you can find me on the Central Coast because I don't like driving very far. But that's going to change, and I actually have a website and all that stuff. We could probably just like link it in the the description to the video on YouTube or something like that, or like
yeah, sure, but
like powerscomedy.com or like
powerscomedy.com. Perfect.
Nice.
I think so. Or like
yeah.
I mean, like I could plug shows like I'll be at the Libertine in San Luis most Tuesdays, depending on how I feel, because Tuesdays are an odd day for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
But every Thursday, I've been loving going to the Los Osos open mic because that's a shitty town and those are my people.
Yeah, it's great. Gaining some steam too. Good turnout lately.
Yeah,
absolutely.
occasionally I see Instagram posts where Nick seems to be crushing it out there too. I don't.
I'd be out there sometimes.
He'd be out there. He'd be out here holding it down, yo.
Yeah,
come on, babies.
Come see Bob. Come see Nick. You know, I make an appearance out there sometimes.
Come see us, babies.
Come see us, our babies, our wonderful, lovely children,
our little spinnerets.
Oh, that's a good name. That's a good name. We might take that.
You can have it.
That one.
TM. And of course, thank you, listeners, for listening to this show. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you to Pale Blue Dot for our theme For You, off of the album Kingdom, Phylum, Class, Order, Family, Genus, Species. Go get that album. It's fantastic. Come follow us. We are at Spin Doc Pod on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to send us an email, tell us that you love us or hate us or disagree or maybe agree with our opinions, we're at spindoctorspod@gmail.com. We love you so much. Thank you for letting us do the show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. If you like the show, please tell your friends. You know, we don't pay for any advertisement, so if you tell your friends, we get to spread the show around and maybe make that Patreon that we were talking about, where all the crazy, unedited, all the weird shit gets released. We couldn't do it without you. We couldn't do it without our guests. As always, I have been Rick Storer.
I've been Nick Storer.
And we have been the Spin Doctors. I hope you've enjoyed your medicine!